What to do if you feel like you're chasing your tail. It is episode 192 of the Marketing for Owners podcast with me, John Butt. Today, I am in British Columbia, in Canada, on Vancouver Island, in the beautiful Butchart Gardens. Now, Butchart is spelled B-U-T-C-H-A-R-T, Gardens. It is huge, apparently 55 acres, been here forever. It is the largest attraction in the whole of British Columbia, despite the fact it's over on the island. Apparently about 1 million people a year come here, and I don't blame them. It's fantastic. See that thing in the distance? Sorry for those of you only listening on iTunes. You should watch the video at marketingforowners.com/podcasts. That thing there is a totem pole. In fact, there's another one just over there. My finger doesn't stretch. Which reminds me, by the way, sorry for the wobbly video work, but I'm not a trained professional, as you know. I am holding my little tripod because I'm not going to carry around some whopping great tripod, just a podcast in the gardens. This was lunch. And also, by the way, I just had some popcorn from the lovely fresh popcorn thingy. So if there's popcorn in my teeth, I apologise. What can you do? Now, back to the subject, John. Concentrate. So, if you feel like you're chasing your tail. Now, this was a suggestion from the lovely Claire. Claire with the lovely curly hair. Hello, Claire. It is common. Some of us feel like we're just going around in circles, not getting anywhere. And we are chasing our tail. So, how do we get out of that cycle? It's not easy. That's one thing. So, yeah, sick and tired of hearing from people who say, this is all you do. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not easy. Everything needs a bit of work. And you have to develop something that works for you. So I'm going to give you a few suggestions. But it is very important. In fact, I'm not going to number them, because as I'm speaking, I'll forget the numbers and forget where I am. But call this stage one. Stage one, realize you are no different from anyone else. It's just that those people are not chasing their tails when you see them. That's what they do in private when they're not talking to the media or to the press or to you. But everybody is busy and everyone has a lot to do. If they don't, they're not trying and they're not worth really talking to. I wouldn't bother if I were you. So that's one thing. Acknowledge you're not alone. So number two is the main reason you feel you're chasing your tail, not getting far, is because you have too much to do. So next thing is realize, again, you're not alone. Everyone has too much to do. My to-do list looks ridiculous at the moment. I keep crossing stuff off that moves forward to the next stage to try and convince myself that it's not getting longer. So it's, again, you're not alone. But your to-do list is made up of lots of things. So take a break, take 10 minutes or 15 minutes, go grab yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a juice or water. Yes, health aficionados, water included. And just relax, look at your to-do list, look down it and for today and resort it into order of importance. For today, we're just looking at today. Now look at the things that rank as least important and ask yourself if A, do they really need to get done? Are they that important? Are they that urgent? Could you just cross them off altogether? And they're not important. Will they reappear some other time? Fine, but just get rid of them for now. The next one is to look at some of the things and think to yourself, can I get someone else to do them? Do I have a colleague at work or a member of staff? Or if you have an assistant or an outsourcer or a VA or a GA, that's virtual assistant or general assistant, can I ask them if they can help? Now, if you're not sure how to tell them how to do it, I'm going to assume that you know them because they are your assistant or your member of staff. Say, I've got too much to do and I really need to offload some of this because it's putting a lot of pressure on. I'd like you to help with these. How can I help you, or how can you take it off my hands? What do you need to know to take it off my hands and help me? Ask them, don't tell them. They are human beings. They're clever. They're good at what they do. Make the most of it. Don't think only you know. So that's the thing, is try and get rid of some of those tasks. Then the next one is look at the things you're doing. And look at the things that you're doing and that are still on that list and are procrastinating with. Because that's generally what happens, is we procrastinate. It's funny actually, I've actually got some podcasts coming up about procrastination, but you may laugh, I was going to do them last week, but I put them off because I didn't want to do them. Yeah, irony, eh? I thought it was funny anyway. But we procrastinate, me included. Don't worry about it. Everyone procrastinates. It's human nature. There are things we don't want to do. So again, realize these are things that you are not excited about. Put that one down to the bottom of your new list and try something else. And to see if you can get some other things done. Because if you start to get somewhere, you'll feel a little bit more productive and you'll probably feel a little bit better about the fact that you're getting somewhere, and perhaps you'll come back and attack those horrible things, or perhaps not, perhaps you'll figure out how to get someone else to do them. So the next stage is when you've got something that does need to be done, because eventually you're going to get through that list and you're going to get down to the things that really do need to be done. And because you're not doing them, or because you're doing little things, you're not getting anywhere. So you need to feel that you're achieving something. So get one of those tasks and break it down. Now, I know that is probably a little mini task of a large project that is already broken down, but break it down again. Take that task, see if you can break it down into, say, 4 things, 5 things. Obviously, I don't know what these tasks are, but see if you can break them down into their smallest components. Give them numbers, and then do number 1. And then, maybe, do number 2. So I mean to break them down into little. And you might think, well, that's not going to get very far. But yes, it is. Because if you do one thing every day, that's 4 things in 4 days, 7 things in 7, assuming you work 7 days a week, which if you're chasing your tail, you probably do. And there are a lot of days in a year. Don't you worry, there's 50 odd weeks, 52 to be precise, if you're wondering if I know. And these things add up. So keep going. So break that task down into something small, work through them, get it done or get something done. And when you've done one thing, give yourself some kind of congratulations. Allow yourself to watch a movie, go out for a meal, go to Starbucks, grab yourself a cup of coffee, buy an ice lolly, popsicle, whatever you want to call it, something. Reward yourself, then go and do another one. And when you've actually got, say you broke that little task into 4, once you've done those 4 things, sit back, say great, well done, John, you've just done that. And then send an email to somebody, send an email to a friend and say, hey friend, I mean this will be a good friend who'd understand. Send it to me if you want, info@marketingforowners.com. That'll get to me. And send it and say, hey, I've really been struggling lately to get some of my stuff done, but I've just managed to get the top task on my to-do list done. Please email me back and give me some congratulations and tell me how wonderful I am. Now, this may sound corny, and the person reading it is going to think, huh? What? But don't worry about it. They'll probably, remember I said you're going to send it to a friend, they will understand. They will send that email back, and you'll get a little giggle when you get it back. If they've got a sense of humor, they may add something else to it, but you'll get a giggle. The whole process will break up what's going on in your head. It will give you a new perspective, and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get out of your head. You're trying to change it up. All right, that's what's important. I could have said go for a walk and things like that, but of course you've probably done the going for a walk, and when you come back, that list is still exactly the same. If you feel you're chasing your tail, you have to get something done, and you have to realize that you're getting work done. All right? It may seem that there's a lot more left and you're still not getting far and the business is not achieving anything. If that's so, perhaps you need to look at the things you're doing and to figure out, are these things that are going to advance my business and get me somewhere? If they're not, try and pick things that will. But there are ways of doing this, so don't you worry about it. I'm with you. If you've got any other ideas, send them in. I just gave the email. At info@marketingforowners.com, or put them in the comments on the show notes, marketingforowners.com/podcast/192. That's it. Today is Tuesday, and even though I'm in beautiful Butchart Gardens, there's still a Tuesday Toolbox Tip. And because of the colour, so I don't know, I'm just going to pan around. Don't forget this is me holding the camera. This is only a pretty ordinary part of it, and there's going to be a big fountain there. They do fireworks there, by the way, at night. They do fireworks, and people sit on this banking area and watch the fireworks in the dark, which is kind of cool. Now, we won't be there. We won't be there because we've got to get a ferry back at some point, I think. It gets confusing. But I'm going to recommend a colour picking tool. It's called PaletteOn, which is PaletteOn.com. When you are picking websites, designs and things, even your designers, don't assume they're brilliant. Pick your colour. PaletteOn will find all of the associated colours from the colour wheel. It will find opposing, complementary, negative, reverse, everything, and you can adjust. You can find just a second colour, a third, a fourth. Go try it out. Put your main colour into PaletteOn and hit the button and see what happens. In fact, you don't even have to hit a button, it just does it. Try everything. You can export all the hex codes. I know you might be thinking, what's a hex code? But your designer will. It's the code with a little hashtag sign at the beginning. So if you ever want to give a code or something, or tell them to use PaletteOn themselves, they might not have heard of it. There is no charge. You don't have to sign up. It's free. Go for it. We use it all the time. Okay. I may see if I can do another podcast later, but for now, I'm signing off. I'll see you tomorrow.